Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Asta Was a Incarnation of a Dragon God, Part 1. Now, let me explain something before I go on to this what if. I am tired as fuck right now. I don't know why I'm walking around my room, but my legs fucking hurt. So if you hear me accidentally fall down, that's just me being a dumbass and I should be fucking laying down, but my body refuses for some reason. It's better to walk around, I don't know. But, not the point. I actually do this almost on my what ifs. I mostly walk around my room while doing the what if. Don't know why. Don't ask why. But also, what is it called? I'm going to redo What If Asta Was like a Virgil. I'm actually wanting to redo that one, so I'm gonna redo that next time. But I'm going to do this what if, just do one what if at least today. Today was a fucking hot ass day, and I mean never mind. What's it called? But it was a hot ass day. I don't know why I'm walking, but yeah, my legs just right now hurt. But not the point. Let me go into this what if and shut the fuck up for myself. But before I do that, subscribe to Anime Sentai, Iconic What Ifs, and open to what ifs. The links will be in the description. But other than that, wait. But not the point. Let me sorry, this says go subscribe to Anime Sentai, Iconic What Ifs, open to what ifs. The links will be in the description. But other than that, let me go into this what if and shut the fuck up. But yeah. But we go into, still getting his 4-leaf clover. And of course, 2 other people are actually with Yuno and captured by, the chain dude. This is where the chain dude has, 3 4-leaf clover, grimoires. This is where he's laughing. One of the grimoires, of course, is green and has a 4-leaf. It's Yuno. One is actually black and it has, somewhat like a golden pattern of a grimoire. 4-leaf grimoire is, someone named Junko. Somewhat the kind of, adopted sibling with what they call Yuno and Asta. And of course, someone else has a 4-leaf clover that has blue. It's blue. And of course, it's kind of silver. And her name is Umi, who's right now next to Yuno. This is where they're kind of struggling, but of course, they can't get free. But of course, this is where the chain dude says, 4 leaves! I'm amazed you guys managed to get... you 3 managed to get 4 leaves. I'm surprised you're not even royalty. Wow. You guys must be really lucky. But it's your unlucky day for meeting me. It's where Junko says, give me back my 4-leaf fucking grimoire, you bastard. You know what I'm saying? Junko, I don't think it's a good idea to fucking try to... damn it. We can't get out. This is where Asta appears, still jumps, and still smashes his face into the wall and says, I'm here, Yuno, Junko, and even Umi. This is where... Yuno says, Asta, watch out! This is where Asta is dodging. Of course, he's trying to punch, the chain dude still like an original cannon. But of course, this is where, he still managed to get captured and of course pierce all around. This is where Asta's saying, damn, I can't do anything, can I? This is where, the chain dude was laughing saying, haha, you have no instant of no magic drop of power. How you were going to defeat me? How are you even related to those 3? They were able to be chosen by 4-leaf grimoire, while you were chosen by no grimoire. Asta, who was there, just having his eyes closed. This is where Asta says, I might have not been chosen by no grimoire, but that doesn't mean I still can't kick your ass. Asta's voice goes quietly. This is where something appears. Something so bright appears right in front of Asta. This is where the thing opens. This is where it flips 2 pages. Asta says, summoning Crimson Fire Dragon. Boom! This is where, he says, Crimson Fire Dragon. Obliteration. This is where 10 seconds later, not 10 seconds later, like 4 seconds later, ding, 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 a huge radius of a fire blast just blast the guy who had chains. Boom! He is gone. There's nothing left of him. The nobles widened their eyes when they kind of woke up, but they were still alive and all that, but they just passed out. That's where, the chains around Asta broke. They instantly just got erased, absorbed into Asta. Asta, who doesn't even look like Asta right now, who's not 5'1", but at least it looks like he's like 5'8", has, well, long silver hair and golden hair. And so, well, like silver patches of silver hair and golden patches of hair around him. But it's pretty long. It's near his shoulders. But of course, he looks to be 5'8". And so where something behind him that both Yuno, Umi, and Junko are widen their eyes. And so where the whole village comes to, well, see the commotion, and even the wizard who was still there kind of open the door and says, "What is happening?" He passes out. He saw something that everyone shit themselves also. It's when what was it? Nashu? Yeah, Nashu went to kind of see, and what he sees, everyone sees, even what's it called, the father of the church, and even Sister Lily sees, it's a huge crimson dragon right now on top of Asta. Well, behind Asta mostly. This is where the dragon, like, he just takes, well, kind of breathes out. This is where, like, frost, or like heat from his mouth just kind of breathes out. This is where people feel the heat, the terrifying heat. This is where this dragon has 4 eyes in total. 2 in one side and 2 in the other side. This is where, well, this dragon roars in rage. This is where everyone almost died. This is where Sister Lily says, Yuno, Umi. This is where Junko, this is where she said also Junko. This is where, well, they say, hey. This is where Asta, he grabs, well, he already had the 4, well, mostly 3 grimoires right now in his hand. And this is where Asta, he says, calm down already. He, in the other hand, he keeps roaring, and this is where Asta appears. Right now, axe kicking him in the head, smashing his face down to the ground, saying, "Shut up!" This is where, well, he, in the other hand, says, "Hey, what the hell was that for?" He starts speaking actually normally, and of course, this is where, well, he transformed into somewhat, well, not transform, he kind of just start talking normally. And so where, well, Asta, who is the other hand, saying, "Shut the fuck up, God, I can't even hear myself." This is where, well, the dragon says, just looks away and kind of just sits down, kind of like right on top of some trees and all. He is pretty fucking huge. People are kind of terrified that someone just drop kick a dragon, well, axe kick him mostly, and the dragon didn't do anything. This is where Asta goes up to Junko, Umi, and Yuno and tosses them the grimoire. This is where Asta's grimoire is right now floating around him. This is where, well, Asta is kind of like saying, what are you guys looking at? This is where all of them are shocked. This is where, well, Junko was the first one to rush up to Asta and hug him immediately because she thought she lost Asta. This is where, well, Asta and Junko then fall down because, yes, Junko just tackled the hell out of Asta. Asta wasn't expecting this, and Asta says, "Wait, Junko, no!" This is where they both fall down. This is where, well, Asta says, "You can get off of me, Junko." Junko says, "No." Also, what the fuck is wrong with you? How? Huh? This is where, well, Asta saying, "What do you mean, ha? This is where Junko says, "I'm talking about how can you summon that?" This is where Asta says, "You mean he?" He doesn't care. He's sleeping right now. This is where, well, Junko says, "I mean the fucking dragon." Yes, I'm talking about the dragon. And also, how do you have a grimoire? This is where she kind of tries to grab Asta's grimoire, but it's floating around and doesn't let, like, Junko even touch it. This is where Junko says, "Let me see your grimoire." It's doing it on its own. Just ignore it for a second. This is where Junko says, "Okay, fine. But please, for the love of God, tell me how the hell do you look like that? Weren't you like 5'1", now you're 5'8"? I have no clue what you're talking about. This is where the dragon says, "Disguise and illusion magic. Asta tried to hide his true identity." Nom. This is where, well, Asta says, "Stupid fucking dragon." This is where, well, dragon says, "Fuck you too." This is where Asta says, "Ugh." This is where Junko kind of grabs him and shakes him, saying, "You idiot! You're saying that you had an illusion right now around you? That's why. Wait, what about your magic?" This is where dragon says, "Seal magic away." Sealing very strong, making him have 0 magic. This is where, well, Junko looks and glares at Asta. Asta, on the other hand, says, okay, he get back here. Dispel. This is where the dragon just dispels. This is where he just moves away. And this is where Asta says, stupid fucking dragon. Always get in my fucking way. This is where Asta turns around and sees Junko in her fucking glare. This is where Junko's grimoire opens. And this is where I'm gonna change something. Her 4-leaf, instead of being kind of goldenish, I'm gonna change it to like a dullish blue color. But yeah, this is where she gets angry. And this is where she says, darkness style, darkness abyss. This is where Asta says, oh shit. Asta dodges the attack. This is where Asta says, calm down, Junko. We can just talk about this. Junko says, you didn't want to talk about your fucking form. You really don't even want to let me touch your grimoire. I'm gonna make sure you stay fucking still. This is where Asta says, shit. This is where, well, Yuno and Umi are still shocked, but this is where Sister Lily kind of rushes towards all of them and sees they're all fine. Checks on Junko first before Junko starts attacking Asta. Checks on Asta and seeing how Asta is taller than even Yuno, Umi, and even Junko, because he was actually considered to be the shortest. And checking on, well, Umi and even, well, Yuno. Seeing that they're kind of all fine, some of them have scratches, Asta seems to be the most perfectly fine, and the overwhelming mana that he has inside. This is where so many people are kind of stepping away from Asta because the overwhelming mana that's kind of crushing people. This is where Asta sighs and realizes that he needs to seal his mana away because, well, it's too much. It's like a lot. It seems to be a bottomless pit, like a bottomless pit of just mana. That's what it kind of feels like. And also, there's like gravity kind of warping. Not even Asta using some kind of spell to warp around reality or the rounding around him. It's just mana kind of warping things and making gravity kind of be a lot heavier on people. So yeah. But of course, this is where, well, with that happening, this is where, well, they get back to the, well, church, and of course, Asta is trying to suppress his, like, mana by kind of just adding a little bit of, like, ceilings on him. And this is where Asta is kind of just using his grimoire, and his grimoire is pretty damn thick. It's, like, 5 pages thick, and it's pretty kind of, like, medium big. This is where Asta, who is kind of just, kind of looking away from Junko, because Junko is glaring at him. This is where Asta saying, shit. This is where, well, what's it called, Nashu and the other, like, kids are right now looking at Asta because Asta doesn't look anything bad. Well, he doesn't look bad in original canon, but he looks like his face is created by gods. That's what he looks like. So where, well, his eyes kind of twinkle. For instead of being green, it's kind of like golden and silver. He kind of has a mix in both eyes. So where Asta, he is kind of like really not really liking what the kids are actually looking at his face for. This is where Junko's glaring at him. The kids are kind of looking at him to impress. And this is where Umi is kind of looking at him with also be impressed. This is where, coughs and says, Asta, fight me. This is where Asta says, no, I'm not going to fight you. This is where says, why not? Because you have the 4-leaf grimoire. This is where, well, the father says, that is true. Yuno has been chosen by the 4-leaf grimoire. This is where Umi and Junko glare at him. This is where, well, he says, let me referring that. Umi, Junko, and Yuno has been chosen by the 4-leaf grimoire, while Asta has been chosen by no grimoire. This is where Asta kind of grabs the grimoire, pushes it down, and says, no grimoire at all. This is where Junko says, idiot, I see that grimoire trying to float up. So Asta says, fine. So where, well, the father says, how many leaves of clover is on there? Asta looks at it, says, doesn't have a clover or anything. And so where, well, father is shocked. What he sees is not even a clover, not a diamond, not a spade, not a heart. It's not even from the 4 kingdoms. What it looks like, it looks to have like a dragon-shaped head on it. And so where, well, also says, this is called a dragon grimoire. You have to be extremely, well, how should I say, rare to even get a dragon grimoire. I actually have no clue how rare this is, but it's truly rare. And, well, yeah. So where the father says, is that how you can summon that? I guess so. It doesn't matter how I can do it. So where we go into a flashback of Asta thinking of this when he's saying it. So where Asta kind of met someone about when he was 7 years old. So where Asta met somewhat of a dragon in his mindscape. This dragon was kind of like talking to him. He had golden and silver scales and talks to Asta saying when he gets older enough, he will get a grimoire way earlier than any other kid. And he will have too much mana to even hold. But of course, it won't be like all of the mana from this dragon. This dragon was named Zeus. And of course, Asta was just talking to him. And of course, Zeus did train him about 8 years ago. Of course, this is where Asta's still buff like in original canon. But he's more like, his muscles are too toned and all that. That's where, well, he kind of looks like similar to being like Gojo a little bit. This is where Asta says, but whatever. We don't really need to get into the carry of why my grimoire looks like that. So, since I have no clover grimoire, I should probably stay here and protect the village. Yay! This is where, well, the other kid says, yeah! This is where, well, Junko, who on the other hand throws a potato at Asta, but Asta manages to catch it and says, you know it's a waste of food if you're throwing food at me. This is where Asta eats it. This is where, well, he's smiling at Junko. Junko, on the other hand, becomes kind of red but gets angry. You idiot, you're going with us to go with the, well, become a magic knight. That's where Asta says, too much work. Instead, let me just stay here. Besides, I can be someone like a magic knight for free, helping the people here for free. Ding. This is where, well, Junko glares at him and says, no, you're coming with us either if you like it or not. Umi says, that is true. Asta, you're pretty strong. You can probably join some kind of magic knight that's kind of top leader. Or lead in anything. That's where, says, but I will become the Wizard King. Asta says, yeah, you can become the Wizard King, while I will become the Dragon King. The Dragon King. Seems like a good name. That's where Junko sighs and says, fine. If we're picking names, I guess I'll become the Darkness Queen. That's where, well, Umi had the idea to kind of become the Atlantis Queen also. And that's where, say, guys, pick an actual title that actually, you guys won't help me rival this, right? That's where all of them laugh and say, fine, we will pick the Wizard King. Or Wizard Queen, mostly they said. But, if you do become the Wizard King, then we're going to have to change our titles and go into different titles. This is where Asta says, even if we have to be 10 times stronger than you, little Yuno. This is where Yuno goes, screw you, Asta. Also, how the fuck are you taller than me? I was 5'7", now you're 5'8"? Still young, little. This is where Yuno says, you realize Umi is smaller than us. She's 5'5". Junko is 5'6.5", and I'm 5'7", and you were 5'1". How the fuck did you become 5'8"? Asta says, don't know, don't care. You're still smaller than me. So well, Yuno's getting angry, but of course Asta just smiles and yeah. But of course we go into a time skip of that day to kind of go to the Magic Knight exam. And of course they're going. Of course Asta kind of made his seals to kind of look to be 5'6" and not 5'8" that much. But of course Junko was kind of annoying him not to have seals much. Of course Asta kind of ignore her or try to. But of course she would glare at her and try to kill him. So Asta says, fine, calm down, stop trying to kill me. This is where Asta's smiling at her. But yeah. So where, well, we go into, well, the kind of like magic exam and all that. This is where so many people are like their eyes are kind of almost popping out of their eye socket, wondering if these three people, Junko, or even Umi are actually like nobles, because they look way too good to not be a noble. But of course, that's how they all look and all that. Some people also think that they have 4-leaf grimoires, that means they're nobles. This is where they find out they're commoners, but so many people still refuse to believe that. But of course, this is where when they look at Asta, Asta looks to be this short kid with no magic because no one can sense his magic. So many birds are on top of him, but Asta doesn't seem to be phased, and his grimoire looks to be too dirty. Yes, Asta changed a lot of things. Illusion, magic. Junko, on the other hand, is angry. Asta doing this. This is where Asta's doing this on purpose. This is where, well, and Umi can't really stop Asta. Junko wants to stop him, but Asta kind of tells her that he will be fine. This is where, well, same in the original canon, what happened? Asta could have easily flying not grimoire, on a broom so easily, but he didn't care. And yes, his book still has that red glow, because he's having an illusion. But of course, I should mention that he has every magic right now. I'll tell you now. Because yes, he will have anti-magic. He did get the grimoire of the Fire Leaf. That's why he managed to pass with it. Because he did kind of use that grimoire instead of his other one. Now, I shall mention later how he can appear his other one. It's somewhat like a pocket dimension that he can do. This is where, well, what's it called? So everything goes in the original canon. Of course, this is where, well, Asta gets picked by a haha guy. And of course, haha guy was like, haha, you will never be able to break my defenses. Even with your zero magic, you weakling. This is where so many people are kind of laughing at Asta. This is where Junko's getting angry. And this is where Asta seems to have a very calm face. This is where Asta's saying, that's pretty good. You have a very interesting magic. Very interesting magic. So you're saying it's tough enough for me to, if I try to swing a sword or hit you with something, or hit you with a magic attack, it'd be useless. Haha guys, exactly. No one will be able to defeat this ability. Asta says, interesting. Okay. Then I guess, I will try to break whatever you have. Okay? This is where, haha guy, you can try, but you will never be able to defeat me. This is where the Magic Knights are seeing this, and they're like kind of interested in it with haha guy. But they kind of, well, the guy from the kind of Crimson, Magic Knights sees that Asta is very calm, mostly the captain. And this is where Ayami is also pretty impressed to see a kid to be so calm, even without the fact that he has zero magic. Asta, on the other hand, seems to just smile, this grin, this evil grin that just pops on his face. This is where Asta says, very interesting. Come out, grimoire, dragon grimoire. This is where another grimoire appears, a golden grimoire, which everyone goes blinded for a second. And this is where, well, this grimoire is pretty thick, and of course the Magic Knights are confused to see another grimoire just right now floating around Asta. Asta is kind of looking through pages, saying, what should I use? This is where the other, like, anti-grimoire is kind of flying around him. This is where Asta is saying, This is where Asta, he snapped his fingers, and this is where the golden grimoire kind of, like, pops out other grimoires, but these other grimoires are different colors, blue, red, yellow, or even, well, white, or other colors. This is where it kind of pops out 5 of them, even brown. That's where Asta is saying, Don't worry, I'll get to you. This is where the guy goes, huh? Everyone goes, the fuck? Did he just summon out a grimoire just to summon out more grimoires? What the fuck is happening? Asta says, found the perfect, magic abilities. Seal, remove, illusion, remove. This is where Asta changes, and of course this is where he looks completely different. This is where his magic is pretty damn heavy and everyone almost passes the fuck out. This is where haha guy is feeling the magic. The Magic Knights widen their eyes on how powerful this magic is. This is where Yami has never felt such powerful density mana. This is where Asta says, here it is. Light obliteration, darkness of the abyss. This is where, well, there was 2 white and, well, 1 white and black book. And this is where Asta says that. This is where lightning Kirin. This is where, well, Asta says water obliteration, fire devastation. This is where, well, mostly crimson fire devastation, deep sea blue, what's called tsunami. This is where, well, mostly, tsunami. And then this is where earth, domain. This is where an earth domain was appearing. Well, somewhat, kind of blocking some people's view. And this is where, well, not Earth Domain. He says Earthquake Sinkhole. This is where the last one says light. Well, not lightning. He already said all of them. He then says, he just snapped his finger. And this is where all of them sent in such high speed. This is where Ha Guy did not exist for much longer. This is where, boom! This is where half the stadium was just gone. This is where Asta says, he kind of walks towards the spot and says, I guess I destroyed him in an instant. He said he had great defense. I was thinking he had, like, God defense. Why? Where is he? This is where the guys, like, all just burnt electricity, smash tsunami, multiple earth spikes are through his body. Light attacks were straight through his body also, and even darkness. Just right now, kind of blinding his, like, eyes mostly. It's where, well, the recovered people cannot feel this guy fast enough. It's where the Magic Knights wind their eyes. They didn't expect such a commoner with such heavy mana, such powerful mana exactly, and able to use all 5 elements. Well, more than 5 elements. Well, 4 elements. More than that. Just using all of them at once. Asta, who is right now saying, who's next? That's what Asta says. You know, come on. Who wants to fight me? I have no mana. Come on, guys. Hey, who wants to fight me? Asta's getting closer to them. Everyone is trying to run away. They're like, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. Because they all fucking laugh at the kid who has 0 mana, and Asta just pull out this fucking reverse Uno card just to kind of say, come here, bitches. I'm gonna fight all of you, murder you. This is where Asta is smiling a friendly smile, but really is really sadistic. This is where Junko sees this, and Junko just slaps Asta and says, ow, what the hell is that for, Junko? Junko says, you idiot. I knew you were going to do something stupid like this. You idiot, idiot, idiot. This is where Asta says, fine. Come on. You go against someone. This is where, well, Junko says, I'll be going against someone. I'll make sure I rip through them. This is where Asta says, okay. This is where Asta was smiling friendly at her. This is where Junko was getting angry at him. This is where Asta says, come on, don't get so angry at me. This is where Junko says, whatever. This is where she grabs some random noble and right now pulls him straight towards the crater that was kind of the guy. This is where the noble was confused. And this is where Junko says, you're fighting against me. This is where her voice goes deeper and she is pissed. This is where, well, he gets up saying, you filthy commoner, that scumbag, whatever he is, I don't care. He's a demon, he's a monster. This is where Junko says, shut up. Darkness, obliteration, abyss. Well, mostly she says darkness and void of obliteration. This is where darkness gulped up this guy and killed him in an instant. This is where, well, the guy was gone. This is where Asta didn't obliterate his guy. He mostly used low-level magics. Even though it sounded like strong-ass magic, he lowered down the magic so it wouldn't kill guy. Junko, on the other hand, killed her actual, well, partner or whatever. She didn't really care about the noble. That's where Yuno goes against the same dude. Umi goes against someone that has, well, earth magic. And she still won the hell out of him. She just kicked the shit out of him, but yeah. That's where so many people are going and kind of like wondering who's actually going to be picked in Magic Night. That's where, well, first it was Junko, and the only hand that she got risen up by was Yami. Yami likes her attitude and her spirit enough to give a crap about anyone. And this is where, well, Junko kind of nodded and sees Yami to be somewhat of a good person. This is where she can sense her, well, sense his magic and be in darkness. Which, yeah. This is where, well, next was, well, Umi. And Umi kind of got some hands, even from the Sylveon. But this is where she picked the blue rose because she likes, well, kind of being beautiful and all that. But yeah. This is where, well, Yuno goes up, and this is where he picked by multiple of the Magic Knights, but this is where he goes straight to the Golden Dawn. Asta goes along, and this is where, well, one person actually asked about his grimoire. Why does he have 2 exactly? Asta says, my grimoire? You say, what's it called? What was its goddamn name? From, what's it called? The Red Crimson Lions, or whatever its name was again. This is where Asta says, you're asking why I have 2 grimoires. Well, one of them is, I don't really know. It just appeared to me, but don't mind about that one. It did come to me when I was 15, but that one I just don't care much how much. And the other one, well, one has clovers, the other one doesn't have any clovers. This grimoire is called Dragon Grimoire, which I'm going to tell you right now. I have no fucking clue if it's even a fucking grimoire on the Four Kingdoms. Guess what? Don't care. My Dragon Grimoire will probably whoop the shit out of every fucking grimoire. Guess what? With the name and the title, it probably has strong ass magic. Now, I don't really care and whoever wants to pick me, so that's why I'm gonna go straight to Yami. This is where Yami says, and why do you think I will accept you? Because I want to fight someone strong, and you have very strong magic? That's where, well, Yami says, sadistic. I like it. I like you, kid. So I accept your, request. This is where Junko kind of widened her eyes. She didn't expect, well, Asta to actually pick the same team. She thought that Asta would pick the Golden Dawn because, well, Yuno's going there, and he would be closer to going straight towards, well, becoming the Wizard King. Asta says, fuck that. Finding strong people is what he's into, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta has some goals, but some of them are just unknown for people, but yeah. This is where half the Magic Knights widen their eyes and didn't expect someone with strong mana, strong magic, strong a lot of things, and having a Dragon Grimoire, which no one has ever heard about, goes to the freaking Black Bulls. This is where, well, the Sylveon kind of asked if Asta's so sure about that. Asta says, Asta wasn't even there when they all looked back to see, well, they look at Yami with glaring eyes, and they look back to kind of ask them, and they see Asta's gone. Asta's right now talking to Yami, and saying, so, when are we gonna leave? That's where Yami says, very interesting, you're pretty fast, kid. This is where all of them just realize that Asta is going to the Black Bulls. Everyone saw the potential fall down right in front of them, and all of them just falls down. Right now, their hope in trying to get what's it called, a better, like, stronger magic group has fall down, shatter right in front of their face when they see Asta just talking to Yami like it's nothing. This is where, well, they wanted Asta just for his fucking magic power. Asta doesn't want to deal with any nobles. So that's why he picked a Yami, because he realized that Yami is not pretty much a noble. This is where Asta's saying, so, when are we leaving? This is where Yami says, probably after this. We're going to go get the other girl. What was her name? Junko. This is where, Yami says, I see, Junko. Well, let's go, Fenrir. Is there a Fenrir? He says, got it. This is where, well, they get to Junko, and of course, this is where, well, Asta says, then let's go, Junko. This is where Fenrir says, nice to meet you, love. This is where Asta says, touch her and I murder you. Asta has a golden glowing eye in one of his eyes. This is where, well, Fenrir says, got it, you don't need to kill me. This is where, well, Asta already had his grimoire open. This is where, well, Yami says, I think you don't want to piss him off. What's it called, Fenrir? The kid seems scary, and I don't think I really want to, well, let you die now. I need you to transport me to a lot of things. Asta says, ooh, I can do that. That's where, well, Yami says, you can? Yeah, I can make somewhat transport portals. That's where, well, Yami says, you can kill Fenrir. That's where Fenrir says, Yami, what the hell? This is where, well, when the Magic Knights are seeing Asta just make a portal also, making transport magic and all that, that's where all of them, their souls keep shattering more. They're like, does he gotta flex on everyone? This is where Asta says, ooh, you know what I also have? I also have art magic. One of the Magic Knights kind of goes, ow. Wow. Oh wait, was he even a knight? I can't remember if he was actually one of the captains. That's where Asta says, ooh. I also have fire magic, metal magic. This is where he's actually just flexing half of the fucking Magic Knights. And all of them are going, half of their spirits are breaking. This is where the Fire Crimson, Magic Knight doesn't seem to be phased, because Asta's doing this on purpose. This is where half of them are just kind of sad. The girl who's sleeping mostly doesn't even seem to be phased, because Asta seems to not have dream magic. That's where Asta says, I also have dream magic and nightmare magic. That's where she says, never mind. She just goes back to sleep because she's just too much of a drag. But yeah, this is where Asta says, now let's go. Where are we going? To the Black Bull hideout. Got it. Let's see, where would that be? Asta's right now using his mana to sense where that would be at. Got it. This is where Asta's portal made. He made a portal, and of course, this portal is, well, this portal is golden, and of course, they walk in, they see, well, it's a Black Bull hideout. Or mostly the kind of, well, the place mostly, but yeah. And so where, well, Yami says, I'm impressed, kid. You actually managed to find this place. This is where, well, Fenrir says, you're not gonna replace me, Yami, right? This is where, well, Yami says, if you defy me again, I will kill you. This is where Fenrir says, But yeah, this is where, well, they walk in. This is where Magna still tries to fight against, well, Asta, just to put him down in his place. Instead, Asta sent a giant sunball at, well, Magna. Magna was scared and almost died. This is where he whined his eyes, seeing the power of Asta what contains. This is where, well, Junko basically just slaps Magna away. But yeah, by using her darkness and making the darkness tentacle to kind of just slap him away. But yeah, this is where, well, the next day happens. And of course, they do have the Black Bull robes. This is where Asta, he's kind of having his own room. But this is where, well, Junko is kind of at, like, the other side. Mostly at the girl's side, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta, who kind of sees a wall right in front of him, doesn't really care. He just faces through it and just doesn't care. This is where Asta says, what's next? This is where Magna says, you're already up and shining. Let's go do chores. Asta says, huh? Sure. Asta makes a clone, and this is where the clone says, so I'll be on to make, well, do the chores. This is where Magna says, what magic do you have? Asta says, could be everything, could be nothing at the same time. Who really cares? Bye. That's where Magna says, it's bad enough. That's where, well, they go to the B-side, and this is where, well, instead of Asta kind of making them kind of like, well, when he gets closer, that's where Asta instead grabs a Magna and throws him right in front of him so the beast can try to eat him. That's where Asta laughs at that. Mostly the kind of clone Asta, but yeah. The real Asta is right now talking to, well, Yami. Yami is saying, so you're able to do a lot of magics. How about dark magic? Well, then again, you did kind of show it. But how strong are you in dark magic? Pretty damn strong. I don't really know how strong. Do you want me to show you? And so, well, Yami says, maybe another time. I'm kind of getting bored. And I also have to go take a dump. Fenrir says, no! Ask him for what's it called for you to go to the bathroom. Also, Brett says, I don't even know the place of this location. Ask the guy who knows more. This is where Yami says, Fenrir says, fuck. This is where Asta kind of disappears with his own teleportation magic to kind of be next to Junko. Junko says, huh? Asta, why did you pick the same group as me? This is where Asta says, why not? I always have to protect my, well, amazing person. This is where Junko says, okay. This is where, well, she says, why didn't you protect little Yuno then? This is where Asta says, good question. I didn't really feel like it. This is where she goes, okay. What about Umi? I really couldn't even join even if I wanted to join. I don't even think I could join. She picked the blue rose, and they are mostly full of female. I don't even see one male on what's called the blue rose. So it'd be impossible. That's where, well, Chico says, okay, tell me the real reason why you joined here. Well, there's no nobles in this place. None. Zero. Half of these guys are either crazy, half of them are drunken, half of them don't care. The captain doesn't even seem like a noble prick. He seems like a cool person. That's why I joined this group. I saw how Yami kind of took an interest to you by your darkness power. That's why I used darkness when I was fighting against that haha guy, but didn't really kill him instead. Unlike your victim that you killed with cold, merciful eyes. That's where Junko says, shut up. That's where Asta says, that was still so adorable. That's where, well, Junko says, shut up. Her face becomes red. I swear, Asta just smiles and says, okay. I swear, well, this is where, well, something happens, of course. This is where, well, the clone of Asta does poof back into being normal. Well, mostly going into Asta because magic does come back. And this is where Asta does get memories and smiles and smirks and all that. Well, this is where, well, he was confused who this noble bitch is. Noelle or whatever. That's where Asta's face kind of turns dark for a second. But not caring that much then again. That's where, well, the next day happens. Asta meets, well, the actual Asta meets Noelle. Because Asta was looking for the bathroom and somehow got outside thanks to Henry. That's where Asta meets Noelle. Noelle tries to attack him with magic attacks. Doesn't work because Asta obliterates him all. And this is where she gets trapped in that water bubble. But instead Asta saves her. That's where Asta says, don't be an idiot. Ask people for your magic help. And don't ask me, I don't care. Asta walks away. And that's where, well, Junko says, so what are we gonna do? Asta says, don't know. Maybe there's a mission later or something. Don't really know. That's where, well, both Yami and Magna had an important mission the next day to kind of go and, well, gamble. Asta says, ooh, can I come? That's where, well, Yami says, sure. How good are you in poker? That's where Asta says, great. That's where, well, they disappeared because Asta did kind of make a portal. And, well, not portal, mostly got told where to be at by Finro because he made a portal also. That's where Asta nodded, and this is where he would go to this place any day. That's where, well, they come back later after a while, and this is where Asta still has his clothes, but has tons of bags of money, somewhat. This is where, well, both Yami and Magna has no clothes, but except the robes, and Asta is going, I can't believe you lost to an old man. I did kind of give him some of my sharings of winning and all that. This is where, well, Magna and Yami saying, still, somehow the old man could have never beat you in luck. Do you have some kind of luck magic? If I did, I probably don't even know I even have it activated. Let me see. Grimoire, Dragon Grimoire. That's where Asta's looking through, and he sees luck magic turned off. This is where, well, Asta says, it says turned off. This is where, well, Yami and Magna says, what happens if you turn it on? Will you start just having goals rain upon you? Asta thinks about it, saying, I'm gonna test this out later. Don't worry about it, guys. Shoo. This is where both of them say, nah, fucker, you're gonna have to help us on getting our luck better. That's where Asta says, bad luck. There's a different type of luck, and it's red. It's a red grimoire because the first one was grimoire, like a green grimoire with the golden kind of clover. It was kind of 4-leaf. The other one was red and black, and I had a 4-leaf grimoire, but it was all black. That's why Asta saying bad luck. Okay, Yami, I'll give you good luck for 2 days, and Magna, I'll give you unluck for, well, bad luck for 5 days. That sounds reasonable, right? Yami says, yup. Magna says, what? Why? This is where Asta says, don't know. You know, you tried to push my clone yesterday into those beastlies seems to make you a bad person. I would have killed you if that even did happen, because half my magic would have never come back to me. So, it seems like a good fucking deal to me. That's where Magna says, oh, okay, never mind, I should shut up. That's where Asta says, good, now shut the fuck up. That's where, well, this is where, well, they are kind of just surprised. This is where Yami says, okay, well, you guys should go towards the village at Togs and all that. This is where, well, this is where Yami says, okay, so I'm going to pair up this team. Magna, you will still go with Asta, just like how we planned. Junko and, well, Noelle will be going along. So where Asta says, sure, I'll go get my broom. Or, not really a broom, I wouldn't need that much. Hey Junko, you want to go have a piggyback ride? That's where Junko says, really? This is where Noelle, she kind of like was confused and why she's feeling like this, but her face kind of gets jealous a little bit. She feels jealous a little bit. For some reason, when she got saved from Asta, well, by Asta, she kind of blushed a little bit when she was saved from her out control burst of magic. And Asta seems to be nice when she was kind of being helped. Asta doesn't hate Noelle because he can see that Noelle has trouble in, well, her magic, and also have this kind of split personality of kind of being nice somewhat and kind of being a prickish noble half the damn time. But yeah, Asta, who seems to just be kind. I swear, well, Noelle was kind of like jealous mostly. This is where Noelle is going with Magna on the broom. This is where Asta kind of just transformed wings behind his back. This is where they go towards, well, the village. And of course, where Asta is having, well, kind of just wings behind him, just flying. This is where Junko is right now saying, wee, this is fun. This is where, well, Magna is surprised that Asta can even make wings behind him. But yeah, this is where Noelle is getting more jealous. But yeah, this is where, well, they get towards, well, the hog place and kind of kill the hogs. This is where they also meet the old dude. And of course, Asta does heal him, but also kill those, like, bandit pricks or whatever. And just instantly wipe them out of the face of the earth. But yeah, but I'm getting kind of tired, so I'm going to end it off here. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato. And I'm going to change the title later, but also on the, what's called YouTube thumbnail, or not thumbnail, title. It is going to be called What If Asta Was the Incarnation of a Dragon God. But yeah, more than that, bye bye, potato, and good night.